What's going on, people? Just coming to you a update on the cryptocurrency price. You remember last time I did a video, was stating how I was expecting a bounce before we rolled over and broke this bear flag, and I thought it would get a little bit more higher in price, but it really did play out in that term. Uh, I used the perpetual chart to show you what I was looking at in the lower time frames. Just looking at Bitcoin on a daily before I scroll in. We are definitely breaking that this consolidation we have had for the last about almost 5 months now. Bearishly, when I first posted the video, we were at around 37,800. We had the Fed meeting price, you had that, your classic bull trap. Price started to consolidate. I took profit around 39,500. Was going to play the breakout. If we broke out of this, I was going to, re-enter my long. Walked away from the computer for like a couple hours, came back, and the price was at like 3,200. So it was a quick, swift, sell off. And breaking this consolidation that we've been in for the last, like I said, 5 months. I believe last video I showed you the targets is around 17.7, 17.8. So that's what I'm looking at right now. When you look at the larger time frames, look at the monthly, go to the Bitstamp chart. CSG. On the monthly, the critical area that you want to hold is 35K. This was, that June, July bottom last summer where you pivot off of and ran back up. And you test it and you break it. It's just not, looking good. You had that bear divergence on the RSI on the monthly. And you had your high in April, and then you had your high in November. You developed that bearish divergence on the RSI. Been rolling over ever since. 35K, it has to hold. To me, it's really the line in the sand. If you really want to get, you're really still bullish. Really, the last line is 31,650. You break that, you're definitely confirming a double top. And you're going to be seeing prices probably in the teens. A lot of people don't, believe it'll get that far down, but it is definitely possible with this, confirming this bearish pattern, breaking this neckline. And, you'll be seeing prices. I got prices going to between 12 and 14K. But that's what I'm seeing with BTC. They're just not faring well. And it's really because people are rushing into the dollar. Now my chart is not loading up. There we go. What the dollar did this week is interesting. On the lower time frames, it was definitely consolidating. And before, the Fed had its announcement, it broke down. It back tested the breakout trend line of, the consolidation of 5 years as support, and you made a newer high. I know on the 4-hour, there's probably some bear divergence forming on MACD. Yeah, starting to form on the MACD and maybe on the RSI. So something to watch out for. Maybe we'll get a rally in equities and in crypto. Maybe not. Tomorrow is Friday, the end of the week. Probably just shorters right now are taking some profit because this has been a terrible day for S&P. I had a nice day yesterday, and today it is again breaking those March lows. Just going back and testing prior supports as a resistance. So to break down, I was trying to make like maybe it was like a rising wedge, but I mean it's too premature to even chart that. But yeah, it's just there's nothing that's indicating you had a hidden MACD bearish divergence. There's nothing on the price that's indicating we're going to see any type of pivot reversal up. This seems like we're just confirming, that this area is being lost as support. And so I'm expecting to see lower prices on, the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, all those indexes. It just doesn't look promising at all. I mean, the NASDAQ is actually performing the worst. And I mean, it could keep rolling over. Yeah, it just looks terrible. I mean, the next support, I mean, scroll out longer time frame. I mean, the next support is really around 12K. You break 12K, you're going back down to 9. There's not that much support, and even the support is not that strong. There's a lot more room to go. Look at your RSI before you get any type of change in trend. I mean, there's not much, it's not much of a bullish. This doesn't look bullish at all. This looks like we're at the end of the road. And so, just looking at that, and look at the interest rate, because this was something I've been tracking and something I mentioned last video, and something that right now we broke above this resistance, and right now we're just scrolling, probably just testing that support. Trying to get some type of trend or some type of pattern. Again, it's kind of premature, but I'm expecting, this 10-year to at least test the 3.25 area. That's the next resistance. To see breaking it. 3.25, yeah, it's probably the next area we will be testing. And I think I mentioned last video that you want to make a higher high so you don't have that hidden bear divergence on the interest rate. But other than that, there's nothing. Look at it daily. Yeah, there's nothing yet. I mean, this could keep running. There's just nothing yet that has me, bearish on, these interest rates from continue to rise. And that is going to put a lot of pressure on your risk on assets. I mentioned last video, a couple alts. One was Hex. I mean, it was looking all right at first, but now it's not going to matter much if, these interest rates keep, let me go to list. The interest rates keep rising and the dollar keeps rising. It's not going to matter how to set up for these type of assets look, they're just going to roll over with the, macro trend. And, right now, having a bearishly engulfing day, simply because the rest of risk-on assets is bearish. So seeing that, 26 cents area, 25 to 26 cents area, becomes very unlikely. In likelihood, you'll see, lower prices. There's nothing really indicating lower prices or indicators, but the simple fact that Bitcoin is just bearish right now is enough for it to roll over. I mean, you do have some RSI bearish divergence on the daily, but other than that, it looks fine. I mean, I was looking at the weekly time scale. It looks like it was kind of consolidating, but I mean, it could just simply roll over. And another one I was looking at was Telos. That was looking, good, especially the BTC pair. But you're back under 72 cents, and being under 72 cents, your next support is 50. You bounced off of that support last time, or near that support last time. You come back and test it again, you're probably going to roll over. And how BTC is performing, it wouldn't shock me. It's just, this is looking like a very, very bearish market now, like extremely bearish. So you're holding these assets, start to expect lower prices. And one of the assets I'm actually short right now is Binance. Ooh, that is the wrong, definitely the wrong chart. Got the perpetual chart. Looking at the daily, I mean, you had this consolidation for the last, it's been a year. Been like a year. And you're breaking out of bearishly now. I mean, you can see Binance coins back to 123. I mean, if I go, I think I showed you like XRP and other coins. If I go down this list, I mean, it just gets disgusting. But I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just giving a simple update of what I see in the market right now. Again, a small rally now, but it's definitely has confirmed. Probably the daily's probably going to confirm this this breakdown, this breakout to the downside, and you can see on the daily. I mean, we've just been consolidating. I mean, I just don't see prices rising. I think this is it soon. And then we're going to be probably going to do a video on the implications of the whole Michael Saylor and that whole debacle of, their leverage position, or their debt position in BTC. There was some news that if I've seen two reports. One is if 21K, either 21K or 24K, either or, they will be liquidated, and the position will, MicroStrategy stock would be liquidated, meaning it will be bankrupt. So that could be a catalyst to where they start selling, and you could start seeing, this price start to cascade down. Because just psychologically, they've been, Michael Saylor has been the biggest Bitcoin bull since around like 15K. And, to me, he was late to the party. I've been in this game. I'll show you when I got in the Bitcoin. I believe if this chart loads, oh, this is not the right chart. Go to date. Let's go to 2013. And we got to go all the way down. All the way down. Yeah. So really start to research BTC late December 2012 and bought in January of 2013 at around like, well, maybe it was in December because it was like $10. This is when, this area is when, you know, I got in this game. Sailor got in like around this area. I think he was in a little bit before then, but I didn't really hear about. Yeah, I think he got in around 9K, but he started really like purchasing a lot. 15. There's a spreadsheet of the dates and times that they bought, but their average price is 30,700. So if you break that price, they're underwater, and it puts a lot of sell pressure. It puts a lot of pressure for them to sell their position. And I've really been saying this for almost a year now, over a year now, actually, ever since I heard that they were buying Bitcoin with debt, that would be a catalyst for, a major sell-off. If they ever broke their, medium line, and they've been, continuously buying Bitcoin. And I think the last like 3 or 4 times they bought Bitcoin, when they announced it, the price has been like the top. The last time was this, 48K back in March. There's just, just to recap all this, there's just not much that looks bullish with crypto right now. Doesn't look bullish with, S&P, any risk on asset. I mean, I could look at gold, silver. All these assets are losing a lot of value. And those are usually the safe havens. I mean, the dollar and interest rates just continuously to rise right now. So expect to see a lot more more prices. And before I get out of here, I'm going to look at micro strategies, stocks, something I've been, been charting for a minute. Looks terrible. No advantage on any indicator. So really looks terrible. You're back in this channel. Man. False breakout. You could see MicroStrategy back to $100 soon. I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, he lost 13 billion in the dot-com crash. And all this did, all this price action, all you did was retrace to the 382. And you rolled over. And now, their median line, like I said, is 30,700. Their price is hitched to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin keeps rolling over. Why won't you see this, asset? Got a false breakout. Why not see, prices all the way back down to $18? Why not? Anything's possible in these markets. I had another channel on YouTube, and people like, oh, $18, that sounds crazy. I mean, when I was charting like Filecoin, It was at 27, 21, I believe. And I was, I had targets 200. And go, go look at the YouTube channel. What is the chart saying? Go look at those videos of targets I had of that, of what's that coin? I got it on the list. Starts with a T. Yeah, data. Look at data. Look at Telos. I mean, Kin. Like, there's so many coins. I was, during the bull market, I was, grabbing up at incredibly low prices and cashing out, 10, 15x returns within a few months. I mean, now it's the opposite. That whole, I mean, you got in late, it's over. Sentiments changed, the policies changed, and now it's time for these assets to correct. And just going to say that if Bitcoin breaks 30,700, I'm not, where I'm really seeing MicroStrategies go is, unless they sell, this is the target for MicroStrategies. It's zero. It's bankrupt. It's over. So, that's just my thoughts on the markets. Just, what I'm seeing in the markets. I took profit, a nice, nice trade. Currently short BNB, expecting a lot more lower prices on BNB. Just, you're a crypto bull, I know you're hurting right now, and you're going to continue to hurt until the Fed changes its policy and they start to slash interest rate, their Fed rate, and they start to buy, do that asset purchasing again. Until then, you're just going to see lower prices, and you're going to keep, you can keep listening to these moon boys, but they have been wrong since November, and I've been right. So, until the next time I do a video, which probably be this weekend, stay safe out there, and peace.